What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the pit lane. It is finally here. Italian Grand Prix 2021 at the Circuit of Speed, Monza. But before we go any further, thank you all again for coming and checking out the pit lane. If you could hit that subscribe button, notification bell, drop a comment, hit the like button, everything that helps out the algorithm, still a greatly appreciate it. Sprint race weekend. It's extended. Anything that gives us more racing, I'm personally excited about. We had the qualifying today on Friday. Everything seemed to go in Mercedes' favor with that powerful power plant. I mean, look at Mclaren. You can just see like what they have in the straight line speed with that power plant. It really all just came down to the aero, I felt like, in that situation. But we're just going to go ahead and go through Q1, Q2, Q3, leading into the sprint race tomorrow. Like I said, anytime we have more racing makes me excited, and I love it. So again, how the race weekend works. We have qualifying on Friday. We have the actual sprint race, which qualifies for the main race, happen on Saturday. Typically, when you have a qualifying session, if you make it into the top 10, you have to finish, or you have to start the race on the tires that you finished Q2 with. But in this case, with the race on Sunday, they can start with any tire they want. So tomorrow is the qualifying session for the main race. Like I said, first place gets 3 points, second place gets 2 points, third place gets 1 point towards the championship, which could be interesting. And looking into the weekend so far, it looks like Valtteri, after his new contract with Alfa Romeo, congratulations, sir. You are going to look incredible in Alfa Red and Ferrari Red, maybe eventually, unless Alfa is a great team in 2021. We'll see. A lot of driver changes. Obviously, George Russell to Mercedes, going to look great in that black. I got to get my shirt. And Albon to Williams. Congratulations, sir. So great to have you back into the sport. Kimi Räikkönen obviously announcing his retirement. We're going to miss you, Kimi. Anyway, going into the actual qualifying sessions, Valtteri, I think, is going to favor him this weekend. The car was looking great, unless they changed his power plant at the last second, just because, not a part of the team anymore. Lewis needs to get the points. Get out of the way, Valtteri. We'll see what happens. Straight from the beginning, Lando in the Mclaren with that Mercedes power plant in the back, showing the actual pace that they had out there. He was coming in Q3 at some points. Like, that car is... They're getting it dialed in. It makes me excited for the end of the season. I think Lando's going to have a real tough time with Valtteri for that P3 position in the final standings. Valtteri this weekend looked like he's going to maybe solidify that a little bit more. They're picking up the scraps there at the end in the third place and the fourth place, but we'll see how everything comes out. Valtteri could actually get some extra points this weekend, and if he wins the race, he might just pull away from Lando in the actual standings. You had drivers just getting furious with each other on the radio. Everybody's just backing each other up, just standing still basically on the track coming around the final corner to get an actual hot lap started. Guys having the pull-off laps, cars sitting 3 wide, blocking the hot laps coming through. I'm surprised they didn't give out more penalty points. There's that one point, I don't remember if it's Q1 or Q2, where Sebastian just gets let out right in front of the Mercedes car. That could be an issue with the team going in tomorrow if they decide to actually penalize him for it. But, I mean, the Aston Martins did not look good, both of them going out in Q2. You had the weird situation where George was getting knocked out in Q1, then Yuki had his lap delayed at the last second. Also, Yuki confirmed with Alpha again next year. Congratulations. Hopefully next year you'll feel more comfortable in that car. You're showing great pace in certain situations, but let's see how you do going into next year now that you have a full year of Formula One. But your lap time was deleted, allowing George to get into Q2. So congratulations, George, again in Q2. And that Williams, which does not exactly seem to have great straight line speed. So, I mean, if he's making all this time up with just cornering, sitting in that Mercedes, the straight line speed, like everything is just going to be made up for. He has the racecraft. I think George Russell can challenge for world champion his first year at Mercedes. I'm saying it right now. And you had Giovinazzi up there at P5 for a second. Like, he is racing for that alpha seat again. I know that's still technically open, but he is showing that he's progressing as a driver. And I know with Valtteri going there, they're really going to want to build stuff behind him. So I think Giovinazzi would be a great seat 2 for the time being, or they could be a great competition. We'll see. For me, it's the biggest difference I've actually noticed in the actual cars going from week to week. It's Red Bull's wing for the weekend. It is a skinny little guy trying to get get rid of as much drag as they possibly can, but the Mercedes just had that straight line speed, so I don't even know if that change is really going to do much. Max getting up there in P3 at the end of the day. I said earlier there was that pit lane backup where Vettel was almost sent out into Mercedes. Maybe they're trying to block him a little bit getting through. Who knows? We had both Alpines and both Aston Martins out in Q2, and you had Georgia did not get out of the bottom. And so he's going to be starting P15. So solid effort for everybody. I was surprised that the Astons didn't have the straight line speed, but what can you do? Red Bull just could not match in Q2 and in Q3. I mean, you see the results, but as a team, like as a collective, it looks like the team number 2 this weekend is going to be McLaren. Max is just able to obviously have insane pace wherever he goes, so he's going to be he's going to be Red Bull while Perez is out back still. But as a team as a whole, McLaren, I think on the weekend is going to be the best, is going to be a solid team 2 in total points. Putting my tinfoil hat on here, but there was a point in Q3 where you had 3 Hondas, and I think that they were doing everything they can to give Max a tow. So you had Gasly out in front, you had Perez right back here, and then you had Max all the way at the back. You just had Gasly punching a hole, you had Perez punching another hole, and then you had Max trying to get that tow, and they still could not match the Mercedes in pace. Norris off at one point in time just by 6/600ths of a second. He's pushing that McLaren as hard as he possibly can, and it's showing the car is improving. But final results going into the sprint race tomorrow, you have Valtteri coming in first, you have Hamilton in second, Max in third, you have Norris in fourth, and Ricciardo in fifth. All around, it's going to be an interesting race. If McLaren's able to team up on Max, you might see Lando or Daniel on the podium again. I do think what we were seeing, Valtteri might have the actual pace advantage this weekend because Hamilton's car was just not working, and if they try to change anything, it's just going to end up causing them to get grid penalties. So Valtteri might have it this weekend. Good on him after a new contract, showing what he can do. He's excited. I mean, is this what Valtteri does when he's happy, when he's excited? Has he just been miserable this entire time, knowing that he wasn't going to be at Mercedes, that everybody's talking for his job with George? Who knows? I'll have another video coming out talking about the new drivers and their positions and what I think might happen going into 2022. Again, everybody, thank you so much for checking out the pit lane this weekend. I will see you again tomorrow. Hit the subscribe button, like, comment, notification. I will see you all very, very soon. Bye.